From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Detroit Pistons. The opening tip won by the Pacers as we get underway in downtown Indianapolis. Young to Collison. Here comes the screen. Collison. That's off the side of the rim, short. The possession in favor of Detroit. Jackson. Terrific vision, and he throws it down. Andre Drummond with the slam.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
To Young. Collison. Matthews. Can't connect from in close. 2-point advantage. To Griffin. Has a chance. Shot no good there for Griffin.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
To Turner. Miles Turner slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Reggie Jackson, not that time. Into the front court comes Collison. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Darren Collison trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Here comes the screen. To Jackson. Trying to cash in, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Knocks down the first.
For the Pacers, number 11, Domantas Sabonis.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Oh, I see you've been working out, huh?
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Jackson with it. They're down 3. Jumper's good.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
Pass stolen by Detroit. To Reggie Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a look. And scores on the step back.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Pacers control. Collison. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
Hey everyone, check this out. The first 1,000 fans in our next home game will receive a free team poster. Even better, 3 lucky fans will win a poster that's been signed by the entire team. Show up early for your chance to win.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for Detroit.
Ish Smith.
14, Ish Smith.
Can't miss those. Joseph with it. His team up by 1. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. Screen coming. Ish Smith to Luke Kennard. Has a chance. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Joseph with it. Shot clock off as they look for a go-ahead bucket. Down a point. Here's the step back.
2 points.
First quarter's complete. Lead. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has the making to be a big-time game.
Kennard. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
Ouch. This does not look good. Dwayne Casey's going to make some changes. Hope everything comes clean after the examination. And hits the... And He makes them both. It's Indiana basketball to Matthews.
Hands up. Hey, watch this screen left.
Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Matthews to Young.
You don't want it. You don't want it. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Matthews. That's off the side of the rim. No good. On the pass. Stolen by Indiana. Young. To Matthews. Five to shoot for Indiana.
Let's back door, back door, back door.
Matthews. Well defended. Here comes the screen.
Screen coming, screen coming. Watch out, watch out.
To Griffin. Kennard to Griffin. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Here comes the screen. Young. Beyond the arc for three. Not getting the bounce. Thon Maker. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Pacers, number 33,
Matthews buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
Me and you, me and you.
It's a big finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
number 6, Corey Joseph.
Pick up.
To Griffin.
I got ball, I got ball.
Drummond. To Griffin.
2 minutes left in the
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. 2 of 4 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Pacers with the possession.
Hands up.
To Evans.
Shooter.
No good.
Come on here. Come on. Watch the pick. Watch it on your right.
To Griffin.
Watch the pick. You see it.
Fires the 3. Another chance. Domantas Sabonis sends it away. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Reggie Jackson.
Griffin. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Drummond. Trying to cash in, count the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Indiana with the basketball. Collison to Matthews.
Cut him.
To Young. Thaddeus Young. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Jackson with it. 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. To Drummond. Jackson.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And he connects on the first free throw.
Shot, boy.
Goes 2 for 2.
Shot, bro.
He'll let one fly from half court. That's it for the first half. The Pistons have the lead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Pistons will start the second half with a decent lead, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets for the Detroit Pistons. The Pacers were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. These are the guys getting buckets for the Indiana Pacers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Jackson with it. Up by 6. Nothing going here on that drive. Reggie Jackson, not that time.
When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
Pistons have it. Jackson to Drummond. Easy pad to the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Collison to Young. Matthews. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Wesley Matthews at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. To Drummond. Jackson. Reggie Jackson. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Here comes the screen.
I got your help.
Matthews. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. To Young. Collison. That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Deep 2 there. Won't go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players have dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Turner. Can't connect. It's Detroit's ball. Surveys the floor. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Jackson. Drummond. Over to the right side. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
Ooh, Ed, looking like the young Manu Ginobili with hair out there with the Euro step.
That wasn't that long ago, was it? Changes coming from both sides right now. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
Pick up.
Kennard to Drummond. From the painted area, won't go down. Shot by Evans, won't fall.
Screen's coming, here it is.
To Luke Kennard. Here comes the screen. Kennard. Goes to the right side. The shot clock expires. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Matthews. Has a chance. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Pistons ball here. Pacers come away with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
The assist from number 6, Corey Joseph.
Here comes the screen. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, and scores, plus the foul. You have to respect every part of his game. Blake Griffin going to the line for a chance at 3. Blake Griffin trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 68%. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Pistons with the lead. So the Pacers with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
To Collison. Almost. Unlucky bounce. To Reggie Jackson.
Green.
To Drummond. And a throwdown.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Pacers control. Collison. Shot from the lane won't go. Jackson with it. The lead is 11. Thaddeus Young able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Collison. To Young. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Collison into the front court. His guys down 11. Blake Griffin tips it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Miles Turner. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Indiana Pacers, number 11, DeMarcus Sabonis.
Jackson to Luke Kennard. No good. Defense catching a break there.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Young to Collison. Nothing going here on that drive. Missed a wide open look. Jackson with it. It's an 11-point game. To Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Reggie Jackson.
It's Indiana basketball. Deep right corner. Young. Pass stolen by Detroit.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Into the front court comes Collison. Down by 15. To Turner. Here's a chance from long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. To Luke Kennard. To Griffin. Miles Turner with the block. Pistons recover. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Collison into the front court. Trailing by 15. Down to Young. Thaddeus Young, 60% shooting from the field.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Jackson to Griffin. Jackson to Griffin. That's a 24-second violation. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 23, Wesley Matthews. Into the game for the Pistons, number 21, Wayne Ellington.
Collison. Not that time. Oh, Miles Turner. 2 of 4 now.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
The possession in favor of Detroit.
Defense, let's go.
The Pistons are the winners as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pistons got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. The Pacers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Indiana Pacers suffered a discrepancy in their rebounding, and in turn, it resulted in a loss. Rebounds are certainly not a glamorous stat, but wins are. And without competitive rebounding, you're not going to get wins.
Player of the game.
Andre Drummond was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course. But even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Pistons put one in the win column with a solid performance. And the defensive intensity made all of the difference. They were committed to staying aggressive, forcing turnovers, and being disruptive on their way to victory. The Pacers couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Indiana Pacers struggled for position throughout the whole game when shots went up and gave up too many rebounds.
Player of the game.
Andre Drummond was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Pistons got themselves a win here today. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. The Pacers didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.